Welcome. Today I'm going to talk a bit about having a before bed settling yoga routine. So I'm in my pajamas, just to be authentic. It's really helpful if you start your settling practice as you're getting ready for bed each night, so that you don't wait till you're about to hop into bed. You start getting into a relaxed state in your body and your breath and your thoughts well before you climb into your bed. So finding ways to be more mindful and grounded when you mightn't be feeling that great when you're trying to get yourself ready for bed can help to minimize the additional layer of suffering that you can add to your night when you mentally aren't feeling too great about what you're coping with. It might just be anticipating the next day, or it might be symptoms that you're feeling, or just being really, really exhausted. You might be not really looking forward to going to bed. You might often have trouble sleeping, or have a lot of symptoms that make it hard to fall asleep. So as you go about all the tasks that you have to do as you prepare for bed, you can pay close attention to your breath, so that all that time that you're spending getting ready for bed, you keep returning to your breath. All of those tasks that you have to do before bed tend to be things that you don't have to think about too much, that you can just do on autopilot, cleaning your teeth, all that kind of stuff. So having the breath awareness, you can help anchor your mind as you do those tasks and make each one of them more mindful, more centering and grounding, instead of spending that whole time stuck in your thoughts and making your mind a lot more busy and a lot less ready to go to sleep. So anchoring your mind to your breath, it helps turn down the volume of those thoughts, the worries, the repetitive thoughts. And when we're tired, our thoughts can be less helpful. We can have some bad habits, some thoughts that we just return to again and again when we're not feeling mindful or our bodies are letting us down. And when we're really tired, we can have much worse posture. We can be compressed in, hunched over, not really looking after our body as we move through the tasks that we're trying to do. So being more mindful of how you're moving your body through those activities, having yourself lengthened and opened up gives your lungs more room to breathe more properly, allowing them space to completely fill, to slow down the breath, to have long, nice, oxygenating breaths, helping to keep your body and your mind shifting and moving towards sleep. We can do our tasks with a lot of tension in our bodies when we're kind of pushing ourselves. You can get this done, bracing and tensing and sort of forcing ourselves through those movements. So being mindful of that as well, because all that tension that you're adding to already tired and painful muscles adds to your pain level, so that when you do finally get into bed, you've added more to what you have to cope with. So kind of mindfully softening your muscles for that half hour or however long it takes you to get ready for bed. There might be a heap of different tasks that you do that are preparing for the next day, that are things around the kitchen, gathering things that you take to your bedroom, all those kind of things that can take quite a bit of time. So if you're mindful with what you're adding to your body's stress and tension, you can make some better choices. You can correct yourself and be more gentle on your body. Sometimes when we're trying to get ready for bed, we can get stuck after doing a task and find it really hard to move on to the next task. So trying to work through what those stuck points are can help make your evenings a bit more smooth, that you might find a particular task really hard to push yourself to go and do. So figuring out if you can do it earlier in the night, or if you can have some help getting it done, if you can delegate it to someone else. If there's like a mindset that you need to shift so that the task isn't such a huge mental hurdle, or some modifications you can make so physically it's not as big a hurdle. And then when we finally do get into bed, our symptoms can be really, really loud because we're not quite so distracted or busy. We're able to stop pushing ourselves to keep doing more tasks, that we can finally flop into bed and try and go to sleep. So there can be a lot of emotions around experiencing that loud lot of symptoms. You can quickly spiral into some negative thinking that might make you might have thoughts about not being able to get to sleep, or not being able to cope with how bad the pain is, or whatever other symptoms that you're experiencing. So trying to pick up on those thought patterns so that you improve some of your pre-sleep mindsets, so that you're lightening the load, that layer of suffering that you're adding to what might already be really, really hard stuff that you're coping with. Gives you a bit more chance of shifting your body into that really restful, relaxed state where it will be able to fall asleep and let you have a restful night. So you can figure out some gentle movement routines that you can do, like standing beside your bed, or get your yoga mat out, or sitting on your bed, or lying in your bed. They might be things like a set that you figure out suits you, that you do every night, or you might become familiar with some options, and depending on the night, depending which bit of your body is feeling like it needs some movement, you pick and choose, go with the flow and listen to what your body needs. So by doing physical gentle movements, you're able to pull some of the tension out of your muscles, kind of reset your muscles so they're not actively holding tension, they're not actively tensed up. And by moving them, you can help kind of reset some of that pain and discomfort, the signals that keep getting sent to your brain, that you use your body in different ways, so that that's sending some messages to your brain, and it might just quieten down the pain signals that are being sent. When our brain gets signals that there's tension in the body, it's hard for it to feel like it's a safe time to relax. So by physically moving your body and releasing some of that tension, it feeds back into the brain. The brain notices that things aren't quite so tense, and that maybe it would be okay to fall asleep, to stand down, to know that it's safe to relax. The movements that you choose give your mind something to anchor onto. So keeping your mind busy for a bit longer instead of just lying still in bed waiting for sleep to come can take quite a while for your mind to let go of the day. So by employing gentle movement, you take a bit longer before you're just asking your mind to quieten down and go to sleep. Observing the breath as you move is really important. Your breath really signals to your brain to whether it's safe to relax, safe to tone down that activated nervous system. Perhaps gentle movement before you go to bed doesn't suit you, and that's fine. You can pick other yoga practices, and even especially after you've done your gentle movement, you can also do things like guide yourself through a body scan, making it up as you go along, figuring out a way to move through your body that you've made up yourself. You've got the option of starting with your toes or starting with your head. Sometimes starting with your head gradually just moves your awareness out of your thoughts to nearby, and then slowly is moving your awareness further and further away from being stuck in your thoughts. Or you can jump straight to your toes and try shifting your awareness straight to the furthest point away from your mind. You can listen to guided meditations or relaxing music once you're lying in your bed. The guided meditations, you don't have to be actively trying to work through them as you listen to it. It can just be a really calming thing to listen to, that just by having it playing in the background as you try and fall asleep, your body can't help but become more relaxed. Use the sleep timer on your music player so that it stops playing after a certain time, so you don't have to scrabble in the dark to make it stop playing, because that can kind of wake you up again. And being really mindful that we have kind of sleep windows that appear where our brainwaves have shifted into the appropriate phase that is required to drop into sleep. So we cycle through different brainwaves through the night, and as you're trying to fall asleep, and if you're too busy thinking or being distracted, you can miss some of those sleep windows, and you have to wait till the brain cycles around and the window comes back for you to be able to fall asleep. Training your body by practicing these kind of routines each night is a really useful way to signal to your body that these are the things that we do before we fall asleep. So your brain knows that after you've done these things that it'll be time to fall asleep. Yeah, so that's that for today. I've done another video that is some options of movements that you can do for your before bed settling yoga practice. It's quite a short video. It's sitting on your bed. You might like to find that video and have a look at it next, or you might have already watched it. Let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you've enjoyed some of the other videos and haven't got around to liking them yet, go back and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you can think of anyone who might enjoy the videos too, it'd be great if you shared them. And I'd love some comments, so if you think of something you want to say, pop it in the comments and I will see you there.